All right, Libra, welcome to your reading. I'm here to pull some cards and a rune stone for the Libra gang. Thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Petra the Spark, and I'm broadcasting live from my apothecary. Shout out to the Libras, Cardinal Air. We're going to do a deep dive, take a look at what's going on under the surface for Libra. What's going on in the heart, at the heart of the matter. So apply this to love and romance, career and finance, home and family. Whatever's going on in the heart, it can come out in all the above, right? All those things are connected. So I don't separate my readings. I'll leave it up to you to apply it where it makes sense for you. So, Libra, what is up in the heart of the Libra? What's happening? First, we're going to look at what's going on in your heart space. Then we're going to look at your clearest pathway forward. And then we will use the runes and these oracle cards that I made from postcards. We'll use those to get your power stance. So this is a tool for you to use as you navigate your life. Hope this finds you well, and I hope you can find this useful in some way. Okay, Libra, one more shuffle. How is Libra feeling? How is Libra's heart feeling? How are you feeling, Libra? Okay. Good for you. Good for you. I feel like you are deciding to put something down that previously you would have picked up and kept going. You're given the opportunity. You're being tested. There's like a test. Like I see something that you've overcome coming back around to test you and see if you're gonna take the bait, and you choosing to disengage, to not feed the fire. Judgment is on the bottom here with 5 of Swords in reverse and the Ace of Wands in reverse. That's a lot of what do they call it? Shenanigans. This feels like, you know, when you've passed a test or you've learned a lesson, and that's when there's always another test. There's always like, it'll come, that person that you've rejected in the past that you've moved past will come back around, and it's like the world will test you, the universe will test you just to see if you've learned your lesson. And I see you going, no, this is not for me. I'm going to choose to be the bigger person. I'm going to choose to not add fuel to the fire. I'm going to choose to take the higher road, to not do this again with you. I could, but I'm going to choose not to. Not taking the bait. Libra, I feel like you might even see it coming. Like you might see this test coming, or or you've been through it so many times, you just recognize it, you know? You don't fall for it anymore. It doesn't work on you anymore. There's something that you have outgrown, and you're seeing your own progress. You're like, yeah, I'm not going to go down that path. I'm not going to self-sabotage myself. I'm not going to choose the thing that was self-sabotage that I used to choose. And I'm going to actually, like, I feel like you're kind of like patting yourself on the back, or like proud of your progress, or it's the test is showing you how much progress you've made. Why does Libra feel this way? Okay. Huh. You got a lot coming your way. You got a lot of you're above it. You're recognizing you're too good for certain things that are you used to entertain. Page of Cups, Knight of Cups, and the Fool. All three in reverse. Here you are again. Like, I'm not gonna make a fool of myself. I'm not gonna take that leap. I'm not gonna go in this direction. And I feel like there's a lot of people, the things that used to tempt you, the things that used to draw you in and get you riled up, whether this is negative or positive, like the things that this could be something that you used to indulge in, right? That was like a positive thing that you liked a lot. But this could also be getting riled up emotionally, like somebody knowing how to push your buttons and knowing how to get you angry, and the things that your triggers before, the things that used to set you off. You're like, I'm above it. I just see Libra above being like, I'm not even, it doesn't even move you in the same way that it used to move you. There's something that's not pulling on you, not moving you, not triggering you in the same way. It just doesn't have the same effect. That's I was gonna say, I'm not sure if this is just happened or if this was on purpose, and here we go. I think you worked really hard to get away from this, to get to this place. I think that's why you're feeling so proud. 10 of Wands, 6 of Swords, and 4 of Swords in reverse. You put a lot of effort to disengage from this. You've worked really hard to get yourself into this position. You've worked really hard to get into a position where this no longer triggers you. This person, these people, this substance that you used to be addicted to, this thing that used to make you really emotional and trigger you. Like, this could be a trigger, an emotional trigger. Something that used to have a hold over you, that used to draw you into this kind of sabotaging energy. It was like a seduction, a pathway that you put a lot of effort into walking away from it, to getting away, to withdrawing your energy, to pulling yourself back. The 4 and 6 of Swords here. You did it. You've accomplished it. You've successfully, you're proud. There's pride here. It's like, I'm not, this is like working really hard to get over an addiction, without the substance around, without the temptation around. And it's easy to avoid that, right? But then this is actually seeing coming into contact with that substance that you were addicted to, or coming into contact with the very thing that was triggering you. You know, let's say you spent a year, you know, in therapy working on yourself, you know, not around the person that was triggering you, or not in the environments that were triggering you. Here's the environment that was triggering you, or here's that substance that you kicked, and it's like you come face to face with it, and all that hard work you put into walking away, that's when it gets tested, right? That when you come face to face with the thing, the person, the place, the environment, the situation, whatever it was that had a hold on you, when you come face to face, that's when your hard work is tested. Did you really disengage? Did you really cut the cord? Did you really move away? Did you really let it go? Do you really not care anymore? You know? Nine of Cups in reverse, Seven of Cups, Eight of Cups. This feels really muddy. Like maybe it's a question. Maybe this is a question, you know, maybe you're not sure if this trigger is actually like, you're like, I don't want all my hard work of cutting this out of my life, this person out of my life. I don't want to. Is there a little doubt that you have about whether you're actually separated from this thing? There's a little fear around being pulled back in. Not wanting all your hard work to go to waste, of separating from this temptation, separating from this trigger. Yeah, I think there is a little doubt or concern about it pulling you back in. It's like your effort and your mind is made up. Your willpower and your mind is made up, but it is working against your emotions. It's pushing against your emotions. It's like, you know, you shouldn't be triggered by this. You know you shouldn't be tempted by this. But you also know how much of the hold it has on your emotions, or what a history you have with it. And I think there's that apprehension, doubt, a little fear, a little feeling of like, I don't know if I'm going to pass this test. Like, am I going to get pulled back in? Is this going to be too strong for me will I lose all this hard work that I've put in to get away from this progress that I've made? Yeah, you're definitely coming to a place where you are going to see one way or the other, right? You are being tested. Something that you were previously really triggered by, really had a hold on you. You're going to have to come face to face with it. And yeah, it's gonna test your willpower and your mental power versus your history, the emotions that you know, you're just familiar with, that you're used to going with, that you're used to getting sucked in. There's like a current. This is like a tide. These cups at the bottom. It feels like a very strong tide. Yeah, this almost might be like a family dynamic, something that you're just like, I know better. I'm trying to disengage from this. I don't want to participate. But when you get around these people, or when you get in this location, or around that substance, or whatever it is, it's like, it just takes over. It's not, and you know that about it. It's like, you know that about it. You know going into it, it's going to test you. Can you keep your head above water? Can you keep your sights on what's real, on you, on your progress, what you know to be true? Can you keep your head above the, yeah, you're really like, I don't want to get sucked into this with these people, or with this, okay. I'm interested to see what is Libra's clearest pathway forward, because this is very, like, that's just really stressful. Like, that's, even if you've made years of progress, even if you have fully successfully disengaged and resolved your feelings about something, it's kind of like, on one hand, you have to, you know, you have to be able to live your life, and like, maybe you have to be around the things that triggered you. Maybe you have to be around the people. Maybe you have to see them because of responsibilities or just your life situation. It's like, you know that on one hand, you need to just kind of figure out how to suck it up and like not get triggered. But on the other hand, like, sometimes you need to just take yourself out of situations, and sometimes you need to be really, like, sometimes it can be too much. Like, you shouldn't, an alcoholic who's recovering should not be at a bar being like, oh yeah, I should be able to resist this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's like, yeah, you're gonna, where's that balance, right? Finding that balance is a very delicate balance, right? Because if you're always running from your triggers and trying not to be tested, you're not really healed. But you also don't want to test yourself. You don't want to put pressure on your hard work. You don't want to test yourself for no reason. Or it's like, yeah. All right, Libra. What is your clearest pathway forward? One more shuffle. Okay, Libra. Sorry, but I don't think, how do I say this without being an asshole? Don't hate me, Libra, but I think yes, this is your triggers, and yes, this is testing you, but you are not innocent in this scenario. There's something here, 9 of Swords, 6 of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. There's something here like you're psyching it up in your head, playing the victim role, hyping up these triggers to kind of take yourself out of the picture, out of the narrative in your own head in terms of your role in the toxic dynamic or whatever it is that you're trying to separate from. Like, this isn't just like these people or this trigger. It's not just triggering you and you're just getting triggered, or it's like you played a part in this, okay? This is the 6 of Pentacles and Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Like, it takes 2 to tango. The outcome, the shitty outcome that you keep getting, you get out what you put in. And here with the 9 of Swords, it feels like you're not recognizing, or you're not wanting to recognize your own role in the scenario. It's almost like, you know, the clearest pathway forward is taking accountability for how you have created these triggers for yourself. What have you done? This is why I say, don't hate me, Libra. I'm not trying to be an asshole, but like, have you done something? Have you been doing something to create this as a trigger for yourself? It's not just they're toxic and you're here getting triggered. Like, you are a willing participant. Recognize where you are a willing participant in this, where you contributed to it. And then here we have 2 repeated cards, the Knight of Cups and the 10 of Wands. Here with the 6 of Cups. This almost says to me, like, be open to the triggers, or what the people that you're trying to separate from this. It's like, you want to feel proud, you want to pass this test, you want to be above the fray, you don't want to engage in the drama, the back and forth. But actually, instead of just trying to, disengage and get yourself on some kind of right side of the equation, like be on the right side of it, win the argument or pass the test, right? It's like, really all you need to do is just recognize what you're doing that's causing the situation, and allow the triggers to just, they're not gonna threaten what your hard work. They're actually not. I feel like this is why I'm laughing, because I feel like this is like, you're really wanting to feel proud of yourself, like you're passing some kind of test, or you're above something, or you've moved on but past something. But at the end of the day, what does that look like to really be past something or past a test, right? It means that you can be around this past stuff. You can be around these people and it doesn't change what you have accomplished. This 10 of Wands here repeated. It's like, you should be able to be around these people. And not to say, like, if somebody was like, really fucked up to you, you should just still allow them in your life. No. This is talking about scenarios where it was mutual. You were playing into, you do need to take responsibility for the part that you played, and just be real that you can be triggered by something. You can move past something, and what the measure of moving past something really looks like is being able to be around it and not have it take you out of where you've gotten, not have it threaten the results that you've already achieved, like where you're at. Like, if you've moved past the situation, if you're over it, if you're above it, truly, that looks like being able to, see those family members and not actually have it make you feel like you have to pass some kind of test, or you have to like be on the defense or separate, or is this right? This says to me the way there is to take responsibility for your actions, to really like lean into the places where you can take responsibility instead of playing this victim. Oh, I'm getting triggered. I've moved past it. I'm righteous now. They're the problem. This was the problem. It's like, the more you can accept responsibility, the more you diffuse the charge of the situation, of the trigger itself on you. Okay. What is Libra's power stance? What is Libra's power stance? What is the power stance for Libra? Ooh. The mandrill. Look at him. So I associated this animal with self-worth, adornment, self-knowledge, putting yourself out there, and negotiation. Adornment, making yourself, presenting yourself. And I associated it with Leo. It's funny, I'm kind of getting like, just put the energy into yourself. Just make yourself look really good. Just make yourself feel really good. Come in smelling good and looking good and, fresh from your head to your toe kind of situation. Like, if you just put that energy, instead of this, like, oh no, I don't want to get triggered. I have to show them that I'm beyond this. I have to show myself that I'm past this. It's like, this mandrill, he doesn't give a shit about what is affected. He's just investing in himself to look good, to attract good things for him, right? And it's not for anybody else. It's not to prove anything. It's about actual self-worth, right? You adorn yourself because you care about yourself, not because you don't care about yourself and you want to get attention so that you feel like you can care about yourself, right? It's the other direction. It's being like, I'm worthy of all these good things, so I want to look my best. I'm going to put all these beautiful things on me, and I'm going to take really good care of myself because I care about myself, not in reverse, right? And this speaks to like really just being fabulous, right? Like that Leo energy of just kind of like, I'm not doing this for the benefit, I'm not of you. I'm not trying to please you. I'm just trying to be my best self. And yeah, being your best self. Investing in yourself, worth. Like, do it to please you, not to prove that you're past something or better than something, or that's what makes you actually past something. Again, it's like step over the triggers almost. Like, the minute you start trying to prove that you're past something, the minute you start trying to prove that you're beyond something or better than something, you start putting energy into that, right? And you can't put that energy into you. So you're automatically giving life to those triggers. You're automatically giving life to that thing that you're trying to resist, whatever it was that had a hold on you. It's like, this is how to not have anything have a hold on you. You value yourself, so you put value back into yourself, period. There's no like other party involved. And that's why people say Leos are self-centered, right? But where else are you going to be centered? Your center should be yourself. Like, and I think Libra struggles with that. Because Libra is the 7th house, right? And so we all have the 7th house, and this is how we do relationships. It is our relationship to the other person, to another person, to the other, right? And that thing of being self-centered or putting worth on yourself, in that very Leo sun-like, I'm just gonna shine for me. I'm not doing it for you. I'm not doing it to please you. Like, Libra is very aware of how they come across and how Libra's fabulous to please others, right? And Libra pleases to like get what they want out of the balance, the trade-off. They're like, oh, if I put this and I get this out, right? It's like, if I please you, I now have credit with you and I can get that in this way. It's this scales, right? Transfer. It's a transfer of worth. An actual transaction is the 7th house. It's a relationship. The Leo energy is just like shining just to shine. Like, I'm not doing this to please anybody else. I just can't contain this because this is who I am, right? It's a very, very different relationship of worth, or way that worth is moving through you, right? This is like being self-centered, and Libra is understanding that transaction, the passing of worth. So this is saying step into that more Leo-like quality. Okay, a rune stone for the Libra. Water. This is, I associate this kind of with Cancer. Yeah. So the water rune, Ingus. No, that's wrong. Why am I blanking on the name of this? It'll come to me. The meaning of this is water. I cannot remember the name for the life of me right now. It's late. And I had a long day. That's really gonna bother me now. Anyways, moving on. I'll remember it. Going with the flow, right? These are very summary, a really summary combination, like Leo and like Cancer. It's like going with the flow. Going with that tide. Here's this tide that you're like, I'm being tested. I don't want to get caught up in this flow. I don't want to get caught up in this tide. And this is like, you're not anything that is truly yours, that you have truly won, is not going to be washed away by the tide. It's not going to be any progress you've made. This 10 of Wands that's been repeated here. It's like what you have accomplished, what is yours, what is your willpower, your effort, where you've gotten yourself, your progress, that is solid. You can afford to go with the flow. You don't need to be like trying to prove yourself. You don't need to be trying to pass a test. All you need to do is be yourself, shine, value yourself, invest in yourself, take care of yourself, right? Do your best, be your best, right? What is that? The success is the best revenge, right? It's like, you don't need to worry about getting triggered and pulled back if you're moving forward. If you are doing what makes you happy and you're going with your flow and you're nurturing yourself and you're taking care of your business, all these little triggers, this is little nothing. This is nothing. It's water off a duck's back. Have you ever heard that saying? It's like, you drop water, if you've ever seen like ducks in the rain, the droplets of water just flow right off their back. They don't get wet. They have this like oily coating or something on their feathers that keeps them dry. I think most birds have that. But it's that feeling of like, when you're taking care of yourself, when you're really minding your business and focusing on yourself and tending to your space and your heart and your body and being the best that you can be, and like, these little triggers, they're nothing. They're not a threat. That's how you make them not a threat. The minute you let it be a test, now you're on a defense. Now you're trying to prove something. Now you've automatically put yourself in a position of not being sure, of doubting. And then that's the only thing that actually puts you in a position to lose any ground that you've won, any progress that you've made. When you're in this mode, when you're just like in the flow, taking care of yourself, tending yourself, minding your business, leveling up, being your best self, like, there's none of your energy is being diverted into these triggers, into these people, places, or things that are trying to pull you back into something that was, really destructive before. It's like, don't try to prove yourself. Don't try to prove yourself. Just be your best self. Just do it. Just mind your business. It's like the minute you try to disengage, you're already now you're on the defense. And now you're engaging. This is like, just live for you. Truly live for you. Recognize where it was you that signed up. It was you that said, okay, yes, this has power over me. Release yourself from those bonds and just shine. Just be your fabulous self. Just be your best self. Just focus all your energy on that. And these triggers are just nothing. That's how you make them nothing. That's how you pass the test, right? Is to say this isn't even a test. What test? I'm busy. I'm busy being fabulous. What are you talking about? All right, Libra. I hope that was helpful in some way to somebody out there. And yeah, I'm going to do Scorpio next. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for your likes and comments and subscribes and all your support. I'm really enjoying getting this channel going. I am now opening myself up to do personal readings. So you can check that out on my website, on my shop, innersparkalchemy.com. I'll put the link in the description. Yeah, I'm doing like email, audio files at this point. We'll see how that goes. So yeah, thank you for being here. And I'll see you next for Scorpio. All right.